standing here in front of some of Killington's grooming fleet. In fact, their full capacity are 17 snowcats, 3 of which are winch cats, so they can really get in there and do some of the steep terrain around here. Their full capacity, they can get up to 40 miles of groomed terrain in an evening. So that is really an amazing amount. It really speaks to the testament of the snow quality and the attention that is paid here. Of course, snowmaking, that's a whole nother story. Right now, we're going to do a little more focusing on that grooming and take a look behind the curtain.
Channel 1 radio, now winking upper superstar. English Road 4 lane, taking 19 degrees. To Channel 1 radio,
here we go.
is complete. Space copies.
10-4. And away we go. We'll make for good grooming tonight because it's a little soft. I love it when we get 2 or 3 inches a night. One of the guys calls it a hamburger helper because it's hero snow. No matter what you do, you can't go wrong. Your pass is beautiful, you know. I've been probably on this shift probably 10 seasons or so. I used to do the midnight to 9 o'clock shift for my first 6-7 years. I could never really get into a routine. Some guys can, I don't know how they do it, but I really couldn't. And then when the opportunity for this shift opened up, I seized the opportunity. I've been doing this so long, I know where my flaws are. And you try to have a perfect night, but there's no such thing as that. If you did, you'd go batty, because even if you've got your trail to your best ability, you're gonna be chasing snowmobile tracks all night long, you know? It's not like anybody's trying to ruin your work intentionally. It's just, like I said, it's just the way it is. It's the nature of the beast. The fall lines really play a big part in how do you approach certain trails. Gravity is snow's enemy, you know? And skiers push the snow down and push it out. We push it in and push it up. That's kind of the basic rule of thumb for us. There's not much you can do about Mother Nature. You gotta cover your area, push as much snow as you can, and try and get some corduroy on it. And in some days, it's just there's nothing you can do about it. Mother Nature's working against you. The goal is to get everything covered and do it in the best ability and the best job you can, because you want to leave the best product you can for the customer.
Of course, there are a multitude of reasons why you're going to see ropes up. Sometimes it's a closed trail. Sometimes you're looking at a place like this where you could accidentally get out of bounds. And of course, Killington promotes inbound skiing. There's plenty of options here. If you are, however, looking to be adventuresome and maybe get into some uphill travel, we know the folks. I went down recently and visited with Mike Miller of Base Camp Outfitters. He's your guy. Those guys down there are hardcore. They know what they're talking about. And even if you're just breaking into the sport, they've got you covered. You got to go see them. Check this interview out. I always get really excited to pull in this driveway right at the bottom of the access road. Big yellow building. Happens to be the site of Mountain Meadows Nordic Center. But I love pulling into Base Camp Outfitters. Mike Miller and his crew really have their finger on the pulse here. They're always on top of the latest, greatest, especially in snow sports. They're very fun to talk to, and it's always very educational. So I'm pretty psyched to get inside and find out what's on the plate for this year. Why don't you come along? Well, I've made my way down to one of my favorite places, Mike Miller. I come in here and I always know you've got your finger on the pulse and you know what's happening out there and you're digging it. So what you got going on here
Well,
this year?
thank you, Tina. Great to see you again. We have a few new things, some new clothing lines this year, and a few exciting things in the back hard goods area.
Cool. Well, I know you guys really are known for not just getting out there and maybe dabbling in some backcountry, but this is something where this is your personal lifestyle and you're now just offering up your personal experience here at base camp.
Yeah, the whole staff, too. I mean, the girls and the staff are pretty hardcore, so it's all of us. So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. You guys have the finger on the pulse. Well, let's go take a quick tour and show me some of your favorite new things.
Let's go.
Well, being that you're always out there with your finger on the pulse and you've been out every day this week, I know that when I come in here, I'm going to find the absolute best in technical fabrics, all the way from your base layers to your outerwear, right?
Right. Well, that's what we work on, is trying to get people ready from their underwear to their outerwear. This year we brought in some new lines called Mountain Hardwear and Outdoor Research, but we still put most of our emphasis on Mammut. That is our big one.
Well, that's definitely one of my personal favorites. I have my Apocalypse jacket, but I'm noticing I think I need to kick it up a notch here. They have kicked it up, and so I think you have found my next investment.
This may be your next piece. This is the Eiger line from Mammut. It's like their Lexus division. They use membranes and fabrics that no other company uses. It's different than their own fabrics. I personally went out and bought this piece for myself instead of getting it set up by the company. But this is wonderful material here.
I find that a little bit funny, of course, knowing that I'm sure you're a sponsored person here, considering how you're out there. That speaks volumes for not only this brand, but this specific section of the brand. So definitely some awesome stuff. So amazing technology, again, all the way from your base layer, all the way to that outside. You got to keep that system going. Yep. But then you don't want to have the wrong stuff when you're actually out there as far as hard goods. And again, that's not something you shy away from either.
Hard goods is really our bread and butter, and it's what separates us from everyone else, I think.
Can you go show me some of the newest stuff, your favorites over there?
Let's go look.
All right. Well, Mike, I see 3 buckles, but these do not look like alpine boots to me.
You're so observant, Tina.
Genius, huh?
Well, they're actually our alpine type of boot. The top category we have here is really our alpine skiers that maybe once in a while they may want to go skin up and ski in the full moon or something. They only do it a couple times a year. The next step is our Telmark category, and that has been around for a long time, and we've been doing that for 25 years. And then the latest in technology is our Alpine Touring, and you can feel the weight of that. It's incredibly light.
Lighter than my snow boots.
This is the fastest segment of the ski world right now, is Alpine Touring. These people like to skin up mountains and ski down. They really go out and what we call earn our turns. There are uphill travelers, and they do a lot of it. And that's what this bottom category is, which is lightweight, great touring stuff.
And you know, you said you do have this kind of broken down into categories, and I would say that the thing that's coming to mind here is spontaneity is not really your friend when you're talking about this category, and that is definitely something you guys are experts in too, whether you're just going to start up there on the top or you're really going to head toward that hardcore.
We spend a lot of time with people in this category and getting them set up. This is the candy. They love to talk about boots and skis, but we work with people on what goes in their backpack, what they need to be safe in the backcountry world, what packs carry skis the best. So we're going to take someone that has never done it before from the very beginning, underwear, socks, to hard goods, right onto what's in the pack to be safe.
Yeah, like you said, and you know, you really do have to put some thought into that Moonlight Tour as entry as it may be, you know, coming from your perspective, that definitely still takes a lot of thought, a lot of planning, you know, and safety is clearly an important thing. But you guys also have experience in that you have advice as well.
Yeah, and that's our whole staff. Our whole staff, this is what they do. I mean, the girls in the staff are hardcore. They know what goes in. Yeah, it's what we do pretty much every day of the week, and and that experience is easy for us to communicate to other people.
I would also like to definitely focus on that. You guys are so good at explaining it. When you are looking at thinking about breaking into this category, breaking it down, making it easy to understand, and understanding the importance of it all, but also just breaking it down. So awesome job here. Thanks again. I'm so psyched, pumped to get out there, ready for my Moonlight Tour, because I'm definitely breaking into it. But thank you again for staying on it.
Awesome. Awesome.
Oh, Mike Miller, you sure know what you're talking about. You sold me. All you had to do was put me in this, and I understood so much of what you were talking about. Absolutely fantastic. So full of information, inspiring, educational, and so friendly here at Base Camp Outfitters. They will outfit you and get you ready for those great adventures that you're going to have here in Killington. Thanks again to Mike and all of his crew down there. Again, if you see ropes like this, and especially when you see signs like this, unless you're prepared to spend the night in the woods, spend a crazy amount of money, and possibly put your life on the line, don't go there. There's so much fun stuff to be had. Hey, fun stuff coming up here on Killington Today.